Today on Mana Biscuit, we're talking Star Citizen, Halo, and Hearthstone. Lots of people want to be a Star Citizen, but have they thought about the property taxes? Also, we'll be diving into Heroes of the Storm beta and learning how to jungle our mids. It's MOBA time. This week's Mana Biscuit starts now.
Hello and welcome to the Mana Biscuit. My name is RJ Belaski. With me again this week is my co-host Jacob Gamble. We're here to bring you your weekly geek culture podcast. How you doing today, Jacob?
I'm doing well. Excited to play my first MOBA, man. I'm not even sure what MOBA stands for, but
MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena or some crap like that. I don't know either.
Sounds close enough to me.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, it's we both played a little bit already. Full disclosure, but it's pretty fun. I'm definitely not a League player. I'm not an esports jock. But it's Blizzard knows how to take these games and make them fun for the filthy casuals like me. So, in that regard, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to get into that. But before we get into that, of course, we're going to talk about what happened this week in news that caught our interest. We're going to talk. So we're going to start by talking about Star Citizen, because for me, Star Citizen, the whole Chris Roberts deal. I grew up on Wing Commander. I still have memories of being at my friend's house because he was the one with the PC that had 8 megabytes of RAM, and my PC only had 4 megabytes of RAM. So he could play Wing Commander 3, and it had Mark Hamill and full motion video, and it was like a movie, and you're playing it, and it was awesome. And it only took 30 minutes for a level to load, but that's okay because we were kids and we went and played outside while we were waiting for the levels to load. So there's that legacy behind it. Chris Roberts made the space sim, made the space sim genre, basically, created it. And the old dogfighting, that's why you had joysticks. But Star Citizen, I haven't put any money into it. I'm going to see what comes out of it eventually. But there are people sinking some cash into this game. There was an article on Wired this week that talked about the price of some of these ships, the fact that they've already gotten $77 million in funding, both from their Kickstarter campaign and they're selling in-game ships even pre-release as part of their backing right now, and so far they've raised like $77 million on it. And the title of the article: fans have dropped $77 million on this guy's buggy, half-built game. So this guy's not a fan. No shortage of bias there in that title. And well, I don't know if I necessarily disagree with the principle of crowdfunding in general. He kind of has a point. People have sunk a lot of money into this game, and it's not even out there yet. And Jacob, I know you got something to say about that.
Wow. Where do I start? This is, we're talking, first off, let me begin by saying that honestly, I had the space sim genre I have hated for the exact same reasons that I have hated swimming in World of Warcraft. Okay, anything that requires me to navigate in 3 dimensions, I somehow wind up spinning in circles. That having been said, I had no idea who this guy is. Didn't particularly care, to be honest with you, until I started looking at what he's done. Which he's got an impressive list. I mean, this guy has managed to sell a lot of dreams to a lot of people, and right this second he's making $77 million on something.
It's not like he's putting it right in his pocket, but they've invested in the project, and it's a big number, but I mean, it's not like Chris Roberts is just like putting $77 million in his pocket and walking out the door. They are building a game.
And that's the way it's supposed to go down. I mean, ultimately, we have had failed Kickstart projects before, and this could wind up being in that category.
Well, I failed in what sense? They never actually deliver a product, or they deliver a product and it's not you know, it's not commercially successful.
Failed as in and it has happened more than once. It's only really happened once with with a profile game, but that's the never having delivered on the game. Now, if this comes out and it's buggy, if this comes out and it's ultimately just terrible, you know, I mean, this is one of those things where this is gonna hit 100 mil before the game even
Mm.
releases. We don't have a date for this. We don't have anything other than a half, other than a uh, half done trailer, coupled with a little bit of quote unquote demo play, which ultimately, as my experience has been, that demo play when you're just simply watching a video is actually just something I made. So, I
Well,
mean,
okay, so I mean, you're assuming almost. It sounds like you're assuming that this is going to fail. You're like, I don't want to accuse you of rooting for it to fail, but it's like you take a look at something that hasn't been released yet, and you're automatically going to that spot. Well, they're not going to release it because I haven't seen enough to convince me that it's going to release. At any point in any game's development, all you're going to have is a trailer and some demo footage. I mean, that's just how game development works.
this is
Now,
true.
when you're a publisher and you're sinking money into a studio developing a game, sure, you set milestones for the studios, but publishers know basically how the media cycle works and when to start the hype for the game with the release. Star Citizen has as its investors these crowdfunding backers, and they are putting basically video and what they can out to appease the backers there, as they appease the backers there as they're able to. I mean, it's their marketing strategy is different because they're marketing to their investors. So in the same way that a developer would be showing these types of little short trailers and reels of basic demo gameplay to the publisher, regardless of whether or not they're releasing it to the media for marketing. Star Citizens is, like I said, they're marketing to their publisher basically, so they have to release these things. That doesn't mean by any stretch the game's never going to come out. I mean, maybe it won't. Who knows? I don't think that's going to be the case, but just because there's only a limited amount of information right now is not evidence that the game's never going to come out.
But okay, you talked to me. You said something about whether or not I was rooting for it to fail. Well, I have no desire to see anybody. I think
Yeah.
that I have no desire to see anybody lose that kind of cash. But ultimately, it does a demonstration like this would be the fall to crowdfunding, and that terrifies me. The having thing that ultimately having 70, this is going to be the, if it doesn't happen, this is going to be the biggest scam in this since the Eve thing where they stole the millions of dollars worth
Right.
of Starship Steel. And wow, that was a long, intricate process, and this is very much reminiscent of it for me.
Well, sure. I
Um,
I guess. I mean, but just because it could be a scam or it could be bad doesn't mean it's going to be. I just it seems like you're ready to see Doomsday, and I don't think there's evidence that Doomsday's coming yet.
I I don't think I'm a jaded individual.
Jaded
Ultimately,
Jacob, ladies and gentlemen.
yes, I am a jaded individual when it comes to investing,
All right.
and a lot of things from private life have led to me thinking a lot, in a lot of cases, the worst in people,
Well,
and
all right.
ultimately very rarely coming up disappointed. So,
Well, okay. Okay, fair enough.
um,
Maybe someday we'll crack that layer of jade around
no,
your
that's
heart
not.
and you're okay. Fair enough. fair enough.
But okay, so let's talk about let's talk about this a little bit further because we were talking just before the show about a guy that spent what $22,000 you
Yeah,
said?
22,500. It was an article on GameSpot that it's put out there by, I think it was an Eddie Maku article. Yeah, it was Eddie Maku, and this guy, I mean, he's really good at his job, but I'm not a big fan of his job, which is to get clicks on news stories. And this guy, his link bait, his link bait headlines are a thing of beauty in some regard. A master of the craft. But yeah, so the headline of the article: guy spends $22,500 on Star Citizen, has no regrets. Oh, I guess I'll click on that. I want to see why he has no regrets. So yeah, and well, to his credit, he does go into why the guy has no regrets. And this is what we were talking about when you said we were talking about it before the show. And this guy dropped $22,500 on this game, but it's not like he was spending his kid's college money. I mean,
Right, but reread the Pokemon quote, man.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Is
So yeah, the sub headline there is the guy's quote from the article. I've got a Pokemon complex. I have to have them all. They put it out there. I buy it.
Where do you want me to begin with what's wrong with that statement and what is ultimately the inherent
How
flaw
about
of
how about
crowdfunding?
how about you begin where you tell me where you want to buy all those $80 pinup dolls of DC Comics characters?
Ouch, ouch. Yes, the bombshells, but at least I have something tangible for
Yeah. And
for
this
my
guy, when
investment.
this game releases, because there's still no reason to believe that it won't, but when this game releases, this guy will have tangible starships in a persistent online universe. And you're the one that brought up Eve, so
Yeah, I did
don't
bring
tell
up
me that there isn't any kind of significance in terms of online goods and services, so to speak.
well, I mean, and ultimately, I'm guilty of I'm guilty of the Madden Mobile and a couple of other
Sure.
collectible card games,
But that
Hearthstone, for
was okay.
example.
So we
But
don't have to go too much further. That was a cheap shot. I admit it.
yes, it
So
was.
go
But
ahead, go ahead and rant on the Pokemon complex.
I, I have to have them at $22,000 it's just first off, it's a ridiculous sum of money. It's a house for some
Well, in
people.
Detroit maybe, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, ultimately, to here in Battle Creek,
sure, yeah,
the housing market dropped, and you can get a decent home for 30 grand.
yeah.
I mean that there's no
But this guy
jobs
doesn't.
around this decent home,
I
but
mean,
yeah,
is that really a I don't want to cut you off, but I mean, is that really a fair comparison? This guy obviously doesn't live in Battle Creek. He doesn't live in, well, if he lived in Detroit, he would obviously probably live in like
right.
Grosse Pointe or Royal Oak. Hi, regional references. Okay,
Yep.
those are the affluent suburbs for those of you playing the home game. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, as a percentage of his annual income, obviously his annual income isn't fully disclosed, but he does say he's a professional. He's married to a professional. So this, let's say maybe this is like 5% of his annual income, if that.
Right.
And he wants to put that towards a game. So, I mean, is your problem the amount of money? Because the amount of money is relative. Obviously, you and I,
It is.
$22,500 is a big chunk of change. But for this guy, I mean, it's probably percentage-wise as much as we spend on video games or, movie tickets or comic books or comic book paraphernalia, so to speak.
Bombshells.
Yeah, bombshells. Yeah.
um, I guess it seems I don't know, man. It's
Yeah,
too
it
much
doesn't
cash
sit
for
right.
something that's it doesn't sit well with me.
It doesn't
It's a
sit well, and
virtual. Ugh,
it
yeah.
doesn't sit well because of where we are, and I see that, and that's absolutely fair. So I will concede that. But it's still, it. I will say this, and this is probably This is probably going to be more on your side of the fence on this than not, and that's that this type of expenditure does encourage what I think is a nefarious practice in the freemium and
Pay to
in-app
win.
purchases and microtransactions, and that's that these games are designed around this type of investor, and they call them whales. And you know, these people that have this high level of disposable income, and they can just dump all this money into the game, and so the games are designed to encourage that high level. And meanwhile, the rest of the public that just wants to play a game and enjoy it gets left behind because there's really no way to enjoy the game without just dumping a large amount of money into it. There was Dungeon Keeper. They absolutely obliterated Dungeon Keeper and its legacy by turning it into this horrible microtransaction game that was absolutely designed to make money on people that were just going to dump all that money into the game. I don't know that Star Citizen is going to be guilty of that. Obviously, there's the potential.
It's already guilty of that.
Well, hold on. This is still a crowdfunding thing. These are people that will buy ships, and presumably these ships will be unique, but not necessarily more powerful, but people that want to invest in the game. I don't think it's...
So what you're telling me is that you don't believe that the $2,200, $2,000, $500 starships, pardon me, the 200 javelins, the $2,500 a piece, are going to be on par with my little free...
Well, we don't know.
Gig?
I mean, they won't be on par with, you know, maybe it's 100% cosmetic. I mean, and so maybe that's important to you, maybe it's not, but for me, cosmetic differences are fine. You know, if this guy is a big part of why this game exists because he's an investor and his ship is able to show that, you know, from a cosmetic standpoint, then I'm cool with that.
Okay, so let's talk. Actually, as you're reading that, I brought the article up because I had to find the name for the javelin thing. But the document, and this is reading directly from Wired. Ultimately, it reads, the document that announced the Javelin's impending sale took pains to stress that these warships were fixer-uppers. They are battle-hardened and somewhat worse for the wear and have been stripped of the weapon systems. Thus, any would-be buyer would eventually have to shell out extra to equip the 20-gun turrets and the 2 torpedo launchers, where the asking price for each ship, $2,500. That wasn't some form of fictional futuristic space bucks. That was $2,500 real dollars. Now, tell me again where exactly. I mean, I see microtransaction written all over this.
Microtransactions are fine as long as people are not still expected to pay $2,500 once the game is released. Presumably, these price points are still investment backing price points. If this game releases and it's free to play, but by the way, it's only going to cost you $2,500 to buy a ship. Nobody's going to play this frickin' game. You know, this is
Eve. Everybody is playing. I mean,
well, so what? Eve starts with free to play and then has a $15 a month subscription model. And virtually, to my knowledge, I don't play Eve, but to my knowledge, like next to nothing on microtransactions. People like this style of game, but if there's a $2,500 price point to entry, the common citizen is not going to be playing this game. I don't think that this represents in any way the type of entry prices that will exist once the game releases at all. These are backer prices. These are prices for people who want to invest in the development of the game. This is why you spend $100 for a book bag and a coffee mug when you're supporting PBS. I mean, it's not... So, you know, it's not the same as this game's released and you install it, and oh, by the way, if you want a ship, it's $2,500, please. That's a ridiculous price point for the game. I don't think, and I think that this article kind of represents that as what's going on, and I don't think that's the case at all.
All right, so I just did a quick price check on this on things on Eve, and some of the units, if you do it via the quote unquote like the buying from real life, can be up to $700.
Right, but is that secondary market or is that direct
That's
from?
secondary.
Yeah, secondary market is a moot point in this regard, because every online community has a secondary black market. I don't know if the developers of Eve support their secondary market or not. I would imagine they don't, because it's ridiculous for a game developer to support something that undermines the game. But that's
But yet we have, and this is one of those things that we need to talk about, that eventually I'd love to talk about in a future episode. Yet we've got Blizzard
mhm.
moving in a very straight line towards that support.
No,
In
that's
fact, even trying to
it's
bring back away from that with the
okay.
new outro.
Let's let the reason that I haven't put that on the show is because it's actually old news. Blizzard is just the latest in a long line of MMO developers to offer a real money game time token, or a real money game time token that you can sell for in-game gold. Lots of games have already done that. It hasn't had a huge impact on the game. What it is it's a dig to the secondary market for the in-game currency, and that's fine. It doesn't
Which is exactly what I just said.
right,
I
but
mean,
it's not the same thing as selling characters. It's not the same thing as selling leveling services, which are the other parts of the secondary market, which no game developer in their right mind would support.
no,
So,
absolutely not.
yeah.
Um,
And neither of us play
that's
Eve, so maybe we're a little bit out of our element talking about Eve's secondary market. Fair enough. But, I don't think that, what's the developer's name? I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, I don't think that the Eve developer supports selling corporations and ships for real world money. And I think the way the game's structured, everything would probably have an ISK value, but I don't think that. Anyway, not probably fluent enough to dive too deep into that. And we have talked a long time about space games and crowdfunding. So I'll give you the last word. Anything you want to
Move
say?
on. Let's move past this and move on to something that I play and
Yeah,
actually know all about.
that's
And
right.
that
All right.
is Hearthstone.
Hearthstone. Well done, sir. Well
Yes,
done.
sir.
All right.
If you need to know, check the upcoming gag reel, and you will understand why I emphasize the hearth portion.
Yeah.
All right, so we came at the the Black Rock Mountain expansion opened this week with
Mm-hmm.
the first of 5 wings, which is one of those things that Blizzard did with the previous expansion, the
Now,
Lich King.
with Naxxramas, the first ring, the first wing, excuse me, was free.
Yes,
I noticed that Black Rock Mountain, the first wing, was not free because I
not
went to
free.
play it and I'm like, oh, they want money from me. I don't like this game enough to spend money on it.
Yep.
That's why you're talking about it. So
Yeah, and
hype us up, brother.
I love this game to no end, and it is, given my current work schedule, the only thing I really have that I can play, because it takes about 10 minutes to play a
Yeah.
game real quick, and then I get to be out the door, and I feel as though I've accomplished something, or I walk away in sheer and utter defeat, going, man, I need some better cards.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
again, we talk about the microtransaction deal, but no, we have the first ring of the expansion out now. It is the Blackrock Depths,
Mm-hmm.
and it ends with it's a 4 wing. It's a no, pardon me. It's a three.
Three
It's
boss.
a
Yeah,
three
that's what
boss
Naxxramas
dungeon.
was. Yeah.
Yep.
So 3 bosses.
Yep, a 3 boss dungeon ends with Thrisian, whose card reads. Whose card reads. When Thrisian's in play at the end of every turn, at the end of your turn, reduce the menu cost of the cards in your hand by 1.
Okay.
Now
So
that's
but what's his cost? It's 6, right?
it's 6. It
So he's not coming
conceivably
out.
No,
turn 5 with the coin.
turn 1 as a druid
As a
with the coin.
what?
Yes.
How does that work?
With the with an
Explain it to the
R
Hearthstone new. I have no
Okay,
idea.
with the Hearthstone for the Hearthstone noob, okay, you get the coin, okay, which is
I'm with you.
automatically 1 mana.
Yep.
All right. You get your initial introductory mana and 2 innervates in your hand.
Okay, what does Innervate do?
Innervate gives you 2 mana crystals for that round
Oh, and 1 mana cost?
at 0 mana cost.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay.
So conceivably, I'm telling you, man, this card is going to be in every druid deck
Sure.
from here
Okay.
on out. All
Okay.
right, and man, I don't blame him. I'm already working on a druid mana ramp deck that will utilize this to the nth
I mean,
degree.
okay, but here's the thing though, right? First of all, Theresian's a legendary, so you can only have one in your
Yes,
deck. And you need 2 innervates, and your initial hand is only 3 cards.
four,
Four,
four because you lost the roll.
no, three plus the coin, right?
Nope, you get the extra card.
Oh, you
If
get an
you
extra
lose a
card.
roll, you get 4 cards in the coin.
Okay, so okay. So with the coin, in order for this to work, you do have 4 cards, but still, 2 of those have to be the only 2 innervates in your deck, and one of them has to be Theresian. Now, with a what is it? It's a 30 card deck.
It's 30 card deck.
30 card deck. Um, I'm bad at math.
Oh, I am
Well,
terrible
I'm
at
not
math,
good at
but I'm going
math.
to tell you right now, the odds of it absolutely suck. And if you get
Yeah.
if you get the RNG for this, congratulations, you
So
won the internet and that game, and
well,
I'm done.
yeah.
I
I mean,
walk away. But
I am familiar enough with the way that probability works that there are enough people playing Hearthstone that it is guaranteed that it is going to happen for some people, and presumably it will happen for some people that are recording it or streaming it, and it'll go up on YouTube and make the internet's rage. Which is probably already happened. I don't know. I haven't followed it that closely, but
I haven't seen it
yeah.
happen yet. It's very
All
much
right.
akin to who was it that got Blingatron 3 times in a row?
What's
Or
Blingtron do?
uh,
Help me out.
pardon me. It wasn't Blingatron. It was Kel'Thuzad 3 times in a row. It just ridiculous RNG. What happened was this guy, and this was actually a ranked match. This was a finals or something like that for one of the prelims. Basically, it's a death rattle. I don't remember the card off the top of my head, but the death rattle ability is summon legendary minion. It's one of the shredders.
Okay.
Um, and 3 times in a row, he got Kel'Thuzad. So when the shredder died, summoned Kel'Thuzad. Kel'Thuzad ends the turn, turns around, and the shredder that summons the legendary minion came back.
Mm.
And this happened 3 times in a row. And the guy just literally the
Yeah.
opponent just literally just
So
quit.
yeah,
Like,
I
I'm done.
mean,
You win.
well, sure, yeah. At that point, I would imagine you just concede. But
Yep.
it does bring up something interesting in terms of tournament play from my perspective, because way back in the '90s, I did play a little Magic: The Gathering here and there, and there was and I know you still love Magic, and I feel a little lost when I'm playing it. Anyway, that's not interesting. What I'm thinking of though is the Black Lotus card.
Mm-hmm.
The 0 cost artifact that you tap for 3 of any mana. I mean, yeah, that's a turn 1 game changer, just like Theresian can be with good luck. I think it was a unique artifact, so you could only have one, just like.
Nope. Initially, you could have 4 of them.
Okay, so but what that led to is, yes, this card exists in the rules of the game, but in a tournament, these overpower cards are disallowed. So is that what is going to happen with Hearthstone now? Is tournaments are going to ban certain cards for being overpowered?
Well, that's while I believe that that is a possibility at a later point in time. Right this second, what Blizzard has done is they've tended to nerf the cards just like they nerf the classes. And wow,
Yeah.
they change mana
Well,
rate. They
that's something you can do with a with an online game that
yeah.
you don't necessarily have to tell your players, oh, buy core set number 32 or whatever we're on now. So,
And at four sets since at 3 to 4 sets a year. Oh, since what
expansion sets, right? But
90? Yeah,
the core sets are annual, aren't they?
yeah, the core sets are annual,
Okay.
but you're talking in addition to that, you have
The
three, on
expansions.
average,
Yeah.
three expansion
Yeah.
sets per year, which
Right.
this has been going since what, 92,
I think
93?
93, I think. Yeah.
So the number of cards in Magic is just it's ungodly, and
Right.
eventually
Well, and that's why
maybe
the tournaments have to retire expansions and so on. But
yeah, and well,
for
standard tournaments only retire the sets. Ultimately, they have
really,
standard, legacy, and they have standard and legacy. The legacy tournaments allow for any and every card in the game available in the game of Magic,
wow,
with the exception of the quote unquote banned list and the restricted list.
right, right.
The banned list means
Probably
that
includes the Black Lotus.
actually I think that's on the restricted list.
Okay, what's
I don't.
restricted?
Restricted means you're allowed to have one of.
Okay, well, which makes sense. I mean, in
Uh,
a 60 card deck, that's getting a Black Lotus turn one is less likely. Although, anyway, so yeah, all right. I mean, and that is interesting to me because, like I said, I'm not heavy into Hearthstone. I'm like completely lost with modern Magic. I could probably get back into it. I haven't spent enough money on it. I guess I should really take a hard look at the online games. I think maybe that might be a little bit more viable for me, uh, as opposed to buying cards because my schedule doesn't really work with the Friday Night Magic and the tournaments they have at my local game shop. But um, last time I played the online version, annual online version, there was like almost no real deck building to it, which I
no,
didn't like.
there's not. Ultimately, what it but if you're gonna do a card game, go with Hearthstone. It is
Good for
a
casual scrubs like me. Yeah,
exactly, and everybody's on a distinctly similar playing field.
yeah,
I mean, the fact of the matter is that there's not enough sets out to warrant. There's not enough sets out that I've been playing since the day this opened. So I've got to get I've got a golden Geblin Mechatork and
right.
Gelblin whatever his name is. It's Mechatork, but
Yeah,
and you don't have it, so I'm going to win. I mean
right.
it's just
Well,
it's not the case here.
and there's some really great resources on Wowhead's off spin-off site Hearthhead for deck builds and deck builders and rated builds from other people. So a guy like me, I mean, that's what I did to beat Noxramas. I just I'm wasn't obviously was not very familiar, so I just went to Hearthhead, looked at decks to build in order to take on the Naxxramas bosses. I built them and I cleared the free wing. So,
Mm.
all right, but let's move along here just very briefly. Halo 5, the trailer came out this week. We both watched it, and well, we definitely watched it.
Yep.
Um, I don't want to spend too much time on this because we still got to get into our. We probably don't have a whole lot to say, and we still got to get into our Heroes of the Storm. But yeah, Halo is one of those things I think for both of us where our memories of the the 2004 2005 Xbox LAN parties of Halo 2 are very dear to us, but modern Halo has probably left us behind because neither of us are big FPS guys.
Agreed, but at the same time, this, again, there is a special spot in my heart for that whole thing, just simply based on the time and the nostalgia and that we spent on that game. Not to
Sure.
mention, I am a member of PMS Clan, and that was my clan itself was founded off of Halo. So it's one of those things that has had long lasting effects on me,
Mm-hmm.
and love it to death. And let's take a look at Heroes of the Storm, man, because I'm ready to
Let's
play
let's
round
let's.
two on my MOBA experience.
All right.
Um,
Okay.
Dude,
Well,
I don't
I'm
even know
ready
where to start.
too, but for some reason the battle.net client just decided it needed to update.
Update, restart. Yep,
Yep. So hopefully I don't get stuck in any additional updates here. We'll see how that goes for us. All right.
I
Looks like
got
I'm
right
back
in.
in.
We're good.
All right. Good deal. All right. So we're gonna go and bring that up here. Let's get it ready down here.
Nope. Whoa, whoa, no, 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 no.
What did you load? WoW.
No, I accidentally I was going through it. I clicked try hero.
Oh, it's starting you in a match.
Yeah, it started a game for me.
Well, you messed that up.
Which there we go.
Alright.
All right, don't feel quite so bad unless it was somebody that well, I mean, it was Sylvanius, and I really wanted to see what she had.
Sylvanius?
Yes,
Like she's Sylvanius. Like they make faucets, right?
Sylvania. Look, man, my pronunciation of things is it is very much
no. I do like Sylvanas as well. I think she's an interesting character, but it says try her. We can try her. Well, I don't know. I had a lot of success
jumps me right into
with Tyrande. Yeah. So let me go to the hero select, and I am going to pick Tyrande. And I think you're still on ETC. I think that worked out pretty well. So let's get this game going. And
alrighty,
let's go ahead and
let's make sure my mount is set up. Yes, it is. All right.
We will start this on Twitch and see how that goes with Comcast internet. But
I heed the
we'll have the
voice of
recording
Elune.
locally as well for YouTube, so no worries there. All right, searching cooperative. Game ready. All right, probably gonna see what. Welcome to Dragon Shower. We got the exact same map we got when we were testing.
I think
this
it's
out
the
earlier.
only map available this week.
Oh, really? Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like the last time when I very first got into the beta, I played a few matches here and there, and maybe they were on different weeks, but I remember a little bit of map variety. All right, I'm ready to do this. Let's go.
I have.
You heard
no
me
idea
earlier,
what
man.
it's
I am all about this Tyrande. She was a lot of fun to play. I'm like healing. I'm doing damage. I'm raining down the wrath of Elune, and it was a good time. Loading times really suck.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, I started to wonder if I wasn't stuck.
Yep. Oh, so you're still unloading too? It's not just.
Yeah.
Oh, loading you up, you
There we go.
stupid dumb bum bum. Let's go. We still got like a 1 minute timer, I think.
Heroes,
Oh,
prepare.
we got
Ready
actual.
for the carnage.
We're actually
Hero
playing with
has
people.
abandoned
Oh, we're
the
actually
battle.
playing with people. This should end well. No, one of the things that Blizzard
Let
did
us make
well
haste.
with this game is just like with Hearthstone, they limited the ability to
Battle
interact with other
commencing
players,
in-
which
A hero
may
has
seem
rejoined the battle.
counterintuitive.
10
But
seconds.
when you look at how terrible playing with
4,
people in League
3,
of Legends who can talk to
2,
you is,
1.
it's a pretty good plan, in my
Let
opinion.
the battle
All right, let the
begin.
battle
Especially
begin.
when
So
you have
let's
no idea what you're doing.
let's see. Let's go ahead and looks like a lot of people are pushing down the low low lane here, so... Nope, I went middle lane, and I'm going to die. I am going to die just like that. Wow, I was looking at the map and not the screen. Luckily, the respawn time is... Oh, looks like there is some kind of chat going on here. Yep, looks like people are going to talk to us and tell me how terrible I am. I swear to you, in the practice match, I made it almost all the way to the end before my first death. And then I had like 2 total deaths.
True.
Alright, so...
Yeah, so we got the guy playing Alex Jagman,
Yeah, I think it's co-op though, which means players... Oh my goodness. Something was wrecking me there.
Unleash its power.
Alright.
This fight has only just begun.
Shrines activate in 10 seconds. Alright, we got guys pushing us on the middle lane here, so let's get in there and mess them up.
Hurry, activate the shrines, and the dragon's power is yours. So be it.
Oh, this Stitches guy seems to be like a lot more leveled up than I am. That might... Wonder...
Yeah,
that's what jungling is, right? You go and you kill the little guys in the woods to level up. I think I'm going to do that a little bit. Our towers will probably hold out. Okay, now I need to find guys to level up on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you're barking up the wrong tree for that. Whoa, crap! Whoa, crap! Whoa, 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 whoa! You can't even see what I'm doing. It just dawned on me.
No, I found a Diablo though, and I just helped him kill an enemy hero. I'm a winner. A winner is me. All right, now I'm killing all these little mobs, minions. There we go. That's a level up. Let's get this protective shield.
As the goddess wills.
I just found some Lich King looking guys and died.
Okay. Oh. Control both shrines to activate the statue. How do I control this shrine? I don't know how to control the shrine. Alright.
It looks like we're controlling 2 of them by the bottom of our screen.
Alright, good. Got another level up. Oh, we got an enemy hero and I have no backup. Barrier. Heal. Go. Hunter thingy on the enemy hero. That enemy hero is way over level from where I am. I'm going to have to retreat both towers and heal up.
So be it.
There we go. Alright, gonna heal up, get back, level up some more. Back into the tower.
Someone wanna help our amigo?
Anudora.
Alright, we got the enemy in retreat. Go!
Alright, so where are you anyway? Oh, you're
I am somewhere on this mess. Oh, I'm on the bottom lane. I'm fighting Sergeant Hammer. He's trying to take my... He's the guy that is trying to take the bottom lane. I think it's just me and him down here, though. So if I can just be a better player than he is, then we should be good.
Yeah, because that's gonna...
Oh, no, you're down. You're down. I got a vulnerability on him. Now, Hunter Mark. Take him out. He's done. You go, ETC. Ah, he ran away. What a coward. Alright. There we go. Level up. Alright. Get these guys cleared up. Maybe we can get our merbs up on his gate and maybe take down the towers a little bit. So
Our what?
our merbs, our mobs. See, that's the cannon fodder. Get up there and wreck. Get up there and wreck. I got your back. I got heals. Whoa! That was a big boom. That was a big boom.
Yeah, so much for that healing on me.
Well, I got a heal off on you. There is a cooldown. But yeah, he took like your health down in one shot. So
It's alright. Here I come on my little Billy Goat.
Abandoned the battle. A hero has rejoined the battle.
I am out of
Choose a
mana.
talent.
Starfall time. I don't have enough mana for Starfall.
The
Oh
goddess
boy,
falls.
these towers are dying. We need to get this Starfall going.
Burn with the goddess's light. I require tissue now. A new door.
All right, come on, let's do it. We got him on the run.
That was rather entertaining. Double tap.
Nice. All right.
Yes, of course. Soon the shrines shall awaken the heroes.
Oh, nice. Stitches has a get over here ability.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You gotta get wrecked on these towers, though. Get wrecked!
Well, I died
The dragon
getting
shall
the
rest
gate
no
open.
longer. Unleash its power.
Gates down, but towers on. Yeah. Really?
Rise again and take your revenge. heroes.
Yeah, well, maybe, I don't know, it looks like they're getting a push together on the top lane, but I think our bottom lane tower is on its way out.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, our bottom lane is toast. That ain't looking good for me even getting out.
Yeah.
Got Stitches. They got a 3-man army down there.
Well, we got a little bit of support here.
As the goddess wills.
All right, we got a Starfall that'll be helpful.
Feel the wrath of the heavens.
I probably shouldn't have laid the Starfall on top of the tower because they're going to be running. All right. Man. Yep, that tower's done. Which means they pretty much are at our gates. Okay. So we were doing better with bot allies, I think, earlier than we are with real player allies against bots. Gray, overflowing light. There we go.
That should help.
Siege camp. There we go.
Let us make haste.
The flame cleanses all.
Alright, Alright, I'm trying to take out a mercenary camp, get us a little bit of support here. Alright. Not that it's going to matter too much in the end.
Burn with the goddess's light. Leave only ruins. A hero has rejoined the battle.
What the heck just happened to me?
I don't know. I'm leading an army right now.
A killing.
All right. Well, let me go. Are you in the top lane pushing?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go ahead and see if I can get up there and help with that push. Come on, mount up. Mount up. There we go.
Yes.
All right, moving along. Because they are at our gates in the bottom lane. We'll see if we can get a top lane push.
The enemy is attacking your core.
They've got, yeah, they're on our core, so probably our only chance. It looks like the rest of our team is down there defending, so hopefully they can hold them off long enough. Although it does not look good. It definitely is not looking good.
Choose a turn.
All right, get this tower down.
It seems you have
Get
lost
the other
it.
tower down. Another talent. There we go.
Shrines awaken once more. Who will control the Dragon Knight's power? Amudora. Feel the wrath of the heavens! Free the Dragon Knight and slaughter your enemies.
All right.
Keep destroying.
Level up.
Well done,
Keep
my ally.
destroying. Okay. There's their core. The core hurts hard. Like it's really hard.
That's why I'm trying to stay out of its range, but it's
Yeah,
not
but
happening.
you're a melee guy, so that's probably. Let's get this other. Oh,
Yeah,
the
we got
heroes are
Sergeant
up.
Hammer
Heroes
over
are
here
up.
too.
Yeah, heroes are up. So this is gonna get rough.
No.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. It was a valiant effort, but if the heroes are back here, that means our defense.
Here they
Rise
sit.
again
Here
and
comes the
take
rest
your
of our
revenge,
guys up
hero.
and around. They just saw that we made that hard push.
Well, I think what
And
happened
our-
is they defended successfully, so we're about to be back defending, and hopefully they can continue the push. Looks like they're taking a top dragon shrine. There we go. We got a dragon knight on our team. That'll help. I'm sure a dragon knight will be useful. So
I have no idea what this even means.
it's like
mean-
every map has like a different ability that you can gain. There's on the top and the bottom of this map there are shrines. If you control both shrines, you get a dragon knight on your side. Looks like, looking at the map here, looks like the enemy heroes, after pushing us back, are coming through on the top lane, which would be silly because we still have a tower on the top lane. So they're probably going to see that that's a bad.
Glorious.
I don't know. All right, well, I'm going to go straight through
A
mid
hero
because
has
that's
abandoned
clear,
the battle.
and we can
A
make
hero
that
has
push.
rejoined the battle. Choose a talent.
All right, leveling up. Oh, yes, increased range
Yes,
and damage for my starfall. Game over time. Oh, Lord, here I come on my horsey to kick your butt. Uh-oh. No, get up. Okay. All right. Get up. There we go. Got the point down. We're fighting the heroes. Lord, get a heal up on that dude. There we go.
Actually, we're
right,
looking
my
really
bubble's down.
good.
I need to oh no! No, get away from me! Get away from me! Ah!
Unleash its power. Your core is under attack.
Oh, it was going so
The enemy
well.
has our core.
Yeah. Well, we still have 2 towers. Right now, I'm
I
looking
have
at a respawn.
no idea. Yeah, same here. I've got 10 seconds left on mine.
Alright, yeah. Well, it looks like, yeah, it looks like the only thing on our core right now are the little dudes. So they'll just get wiped out by the towers and our little dudes. So, looks like
Let us
right
capture
now,
this place as they can.
Diablo wants to get that'd probably be a good idea. We got looks like a big push coming through the top lane for our little mob. Cannon fodder there. Looks like the heroes are in the middle
Fight has
lane.
only just begun.
The shrines are gathering power. The
Okay,
Dragon
so-
Knight calls
Ha!
from within
In
the stone.
20 seconds, we got another chance to secure Dragon Knight. Although looks like enemy heroes are being pushed back on their shard. Diablo's trying to capture a
Wow,
mercenary
Lily
camp. I'm
just
inclined to
ate
try
me
and...
alive, man.
Well, okay, so that has been captured. All right, looks like we got a good push going through the top, right straight through. Let's see if we can...
The dragon awaits, heroes. Free him and destroy your enemy.
all right, let's go ahead and get my big bad snowball on all of y'all. All of y'all, double kill.
Double kill.
I don't think that was my double kill, but I'll take it. We got lots of distractions. Let's get this thing hit it hard, hit it fast.
Wow.
Yeah,
We might actually
this is it. This is it. This is over. It's over. It's over. We are going to beat. No, don't die. Let me do this. There we go.
Well deserved,
Well.
heroes.
Jacob, you, me, and 3 other random Battle.net players are better than computer-controlled bots.
I don't think those were computer controlled.
I'm almost certain they were because cooperative would mean that we're not playing against other players. I don't know. Hey, all right. We got it. I won 10
regardless,
gold. I won 10 gold, so I only need to play, what, 2,700 more matches at 10 gold a pop for a win. I'm sorry, 2,700 more wins before I can afford to buy
For a
Sylvanas.
50% off.
Yeah. All right. Well,
At 50%
that
off.
was fun. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's just the extreme amount of caffeine that I consume, but that was actually.
Actually, dude, this is very much amazing. You beat me this time.
I beat you on what?
Huh? The rankings.
Oh, I thought I you were ranked higher than me last time. That doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. I was on my game last time. I was on a much better game last time. I was tearing it up with Starfalls and the things.
Yeah,
that,
this time around,
I
you
did-
tore it up in a much bigger way, man. You beat me by like 4K.
You know what it
on
probably
hero
was?
damage.
It was probably my leveled up Starfall on just this big mass on that final push. That was just a ridiculous amount of damage. All right. Well, anyway.
Oh, yep, and you're right on the AI 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
So
For a
they
while
weren't
there, I
pitched.
thought we were going to lose to the AI, which would have
Would've
been a
been
little
embarrassing.
embarrassing.
Yes.
But all right, well, that was Heroes of the Storm, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. I know I did.
Really
and,
did.
Yeah. All right.
I
so,
might be hooked on this MOBA thing.
well, I don't know about MOBAs. I mean,
I don't
we were
even
talking
know
about.
what MOBA stands for still, but
Yeah. I don't know that. I don't know that just because I enjoyed Heroes of the Storm means I'm ever going to play League of Legends. Let me put it that way.
but nonetheless, I mean, ultimately, dude, I'm a great I am ETC on My Little Pony right now, and that was awesome.
Exactly, and that's you're not going to get that in League. You're not going to get that in
Yes.
League. All you're going to get in League is an endless string of profanities for not knowing how to play. So that's about all I have to say about that. How about that? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. If anybody happened to pop in on Twitch, I'm gonna end that. So bye-bye Twitch. And we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show here as well. And I want to thank each and every one of you who sat through all of this with us for watching. We really appreciate you having you here with us. We have a blast every week coming together to talk about geek culture, argue about some stuff. Agree about some stuff, geek out about some stuff, and play some games. So, Jacob, thank you very much for joining me again this week.
As always,
yeah,
great time.
Indeed.
Let's see here.
Anything you want to tell the people, sir?
I was just thinking before we close up here, Daredevil opens tomorrow.
Yes.
On Netflix. Very, very excited about that. Don't think that there's any. I mean, obviously there are games coming out.
I know what I'll be doing while the show's encoding.
Exactly.
Getting ready for YouTube.
You'll be watching the first 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's any games coming out this week, which is saddening.
Well,
obviously there's always something coming out.
I got plenty. I'm still playing Pillars of Eternity. When I get done with that, I'm probably going to be picking up Bloodborne. I have a GOG and Steam backlog to shame the gods. So
yeah, about that. Yeah, 191 games, and I have like 4 of them.
Yeah, about the same. I mean, and I'm not quite as hefty on Steam as you, but when you combine good old games and Steam, I'm right there. So
yeah. I've got Gurumin, a new RPG that came out, JRPG, that came out this past week.
Well, you should record yourself playing that. We'll put it up on the channel. That's one of the things I wanted to mention. One of forthcoming. I have the video recorded. I just need to get it prepped and uploaded. Forthcoming will be Role Playing in the Dark, a new series where I play RPGs. CRPGs at night with perhaps a few adult beverages and just have a good time talking to the camera, pretending that you're there and I'm talking to you. Bye. Okay, so that will be coming up soon. I'll have the first few episodes up as soon as I get those ready, and it's fun. Please watch. It'll be fun.
Totally
I'm playing Pillars of Eternity. Why are you creeped out, Jay? Is it my
yes?
Is it my sensual voice? My sensual voice talking close to the microphone.
All right.
Yeah, I know. Those were goosebumps of excitement.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Hey. All right, so
anyway,
moving along, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
Actually, I'm gonna throw out, because of the fact that we just
got
teasing yours there. Ultimately, we're me and my roommate here are going to be Gungatron brought a video to light on our Facebook feed for for Garish Hellscream scored the Gore Howl, exactly. To which I posted challenge accepted, and ultimately,
really?
Yes.
What is this? This is the first time you're telling me about this too.
Oh yeah, this is the first time that I've actually made this announcement. We made the decision a couple weeks back that we're actually going to film some prop making and things like that of
awesome.
stuff that interests us, replica things that excite us. Ultimately, I think we're starting with the Ghostbusters backpack because he is a huge Ghostbusters fan.
Nice.
I think we're starting with that. However, I would like to start with something like Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, or however you pronounce it.
That's about right, Mjolnir.
Yeah.
Yep.
But challenge accepted on the Gore Howl there, Gunga.
Wow.
And we'll be bringing that video to you probably within the next couple of weeks.
Exciting things to come. All right. Well, with that, let's go ahead and finally put the bow on this week's episode of Man of Biscuit. Thank you so much again for coming out and watching us on YouTube, or if you happen to pop into the Twitch stream, thanks for joining us there. We will be back next week doing the exact same thing. Well, not the exact same thing, but pretty much we're going to talk about some geek stuff and play some video games and have a good time, and hopefully you'll be there to have a good time with us. So for Jacob Gamble, I am RJ Velasquez. Say goodbye to the people, Jay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.